Good morning. My name is Sharon Clayton, and you're listening to Community. No, you're not listening to Community Rhythms. You're listening to For Your Information. We're broadcasting from KBBG FM radio station in Waterloo, Iowa. Please forgive my mistake. I'm in the studio with a very, very special guest. His name is Peter Fuller, and he is a loyal knight with the Elks Lodge. And he's coming to us to bring information about a new program of which he is starting as the community, outreach. I'll let Peter introduce himself and talk a little bit about what he's doing at the Elks Lodge.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Yes, I am a loyal knight at the Elks Lodge here in Waterloo on Down Park, across the street from Lincoln Park. One of my jobs as the loyal knight is to see what we can do and reach out to the community and to the youth. Now, we have several programs already in process, but we don't have anything that helps the kids broaden their horizons, get further along, other than what the schools are trying to do, or some of the other programs, sports programs and things you have going on. So what I would like to do, something I've done most of my life, is being involved in Boy Scouts. So I would like to get a troop together, which would meet at the Elks Lodge. It would bring in kids from 5th grade to seniors in high school, and it teaches them so many different avenues, and it gives them a better look at what the world can offer them and where they could actually go.
Okay, I'm going to put a pin in. Let's go back and make sure that our listeners understand that the Elks Lodge does have efforts going on regarding the youth in the community. And so this new troop that you want to start would be an additional program for young people in grades 5 through 12. Let me just ask you, why the Boy Scouts? What's your passion that would make you want to do a Boy Scout troop from the Elks Lodge? And how long has it been since there's been a Boy Scout troop in that area?
After talking with the council here in Waterloo, there has not been a troop in East Waterloo. So I think it's a perfect venue for it. The Elks Lodge is downtown. We will use our lodge, and I've also been given a $2,000 grant from the Elks National Foundation to support this troop. So if financial issues, burdens are the reason why you're not coming down, I assure you that is not going to be a problem. I can get uniforms, I can get the kids to camp, I can get the kids their dues paid. So we do have scholarships if need be.
So it sounds like what you want to do, is it okay to call you Peter?
It is.
What you want to do is to form a developmental youth program that's centered on the Boy Scouts in terms of all of the goals that the Boy Scouts entail. It also sounds as if you've thought this through such that there are means to support the youth who would become involved.
Yes, I have done several different research projects on my own. I've looked through some of the sporting goods stores. I have a couple of those that will donate some equipment. I've talked to some people in the dry cleaning and altering business, and they will help put patches on uniforms.
Wow.
I've got this all the way down to where the kids just have to come in and learn.
Now, parents, I tell you, the patches on the uniforms, that's the hard part. So if he's got somebody to do patches on the uniforms, take it from one with experience. I know that's cool. I'm impressed with the fact that you want to do something for the youth in the, I would say, the northeast side of Waterloo who haven't had this opportunity. That's not only impressive, but it suggests to me that you're concerned about what's going on in the community that our youth are involved in, because perhaps they don't have other avenues of expression.
Yes, I've talked to several leaders in Waterloo. I had a wonderful conversation with Quentin Hart, a guy that's very, very proactive with the youth and what's going on in the community. And everyone knows there has been a higher crime rate and more shootings in town. And I think there's kids out there that don't want anything to do with it. They don't want anything to do with any of that stuff that's going on, whether they're gang related or not. And I think they may be, you know, confined to their house or confined to their one particular area. And the Scouts, being a Scout myself as I was growing up and having my own kids in it and also being a leader, I know for a fact can get you out of that, can get you into an area of, it's a safe zone. You can learn several things. I mean, I can't even think of all of them. There's just a plethora of things you can learn and in the community and for the community.
Well, one of the things you do learn too is that whole notion of cooperative spirit. When you're in a troop and you're working on projects, you learn about teamwork. How would you respond to someone who says that my kid wants to be in sports, and so they focus on sports and perhaps the Boy Scouts hasn't even become a possibility?
Actually, you can still do all your youth activities and your sport activities along with Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts meets once a week, usually in the evening, and their camps are on the weekends, 1 or 2 weeks out of the summertime, depends on where we go. And so you can still do all those sporting events, and we actually would support it. You can earn merit badges while doing those events as well.
I know before we went on air, we talked about the notion that many of the youth in the community think that they can only do one thing at a time, perhaps what they see their parents doing. You know, their goals are limited sometimes to just that one area. Not that it's a bad goal, but that the Scouting will expand possibilities for future kind of aspirations that our youth would have.
Yes, the Scouting has always been very involved in the community, very involved in education, very involved in future activities of their youth. So yes, there can be several avenues that one of our troop members can take other than what they're seeing at home. Not that, like you said, not that it's bad, but sometimes there's better. And there's a few things, even the Elks has scholarship programs.
For when they
go to college.
If they choose to go to college.
Not that they don't have to be in the troop to get that, but that's still an avenue of possibility. I have already talked to over 24 members of the Elks Lodge that are either engineers, doctors, lawyers, professionals of some sort that have been Scouts as well and also have their Eagle Scout and would love to come down and help teach, help guide these kids. Just so we're just really trying to curb the crime by giving kids better places to be.
So this is, folks, I'm speaking with Peter Fuller, who is a loyal knight with the Elks Lodge. He's interested in developing a Boy Scout troop that would operate out of the Elks Lodge. This planning has been ongoing, it sounds like, where he has actually elicited the support of other businesses in Waterloo that would help get this off the ground. And he has a scholarship possibility for those youth who may need assistance in getting their uniforms, getting some of the badges sewn on, getting the uniforms cleaned. I mean, this seems to be a one-stop opportunity for young people in grades 5 through 12 who could come down and be able to meet professionals and do even networking at a young age with some of the members of the Elks Lodge. Peter Fuller is at the Elks Lodge and can be reached. How might people reach you?
I would be glad to, you can either call the Elks Lodge and they'll be glad to take a message for me, but I'll give you my cell phone number.
Well, let's get the number for the Elks Lodge first.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, okay. If you want to give your cell number, then we'll let you do that. This is to contact Peter Fuller to get your youth involved. He's looking at this as an alternative and as perhaps a prohibitive kind of activity to some of the violence that's going on among youth here in Waterloo. He has secured donations, and he has indicated that there's no conflict between athletic participation in the city and involvement with the Boy Scout troop. He's indicated that the troop meets once a week at the lodge in the evening, and they have camps on the weekend or during the summer. This possibility is a huge one for our young people in East and North Waterloo, and there's never been a troop there before, so in terms of participation, this would be a good first effort for young people who haven't had this kind of experience. The number to reach Peter Fuller is?
It's, the Elks Lodge is 319-234-7568.
And I'm going to leave it there because I want you to talk about something that's happening soon in terms of your recruitment.
Tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. at the Elks Lodge, with the Park Avenue entrance, we are going to have a recruiting meeting. So please come down, adults as well. See what we're doing. We're going to have some scouts there. We're going to have some executives from the scouts there. We'll have some other elk members there. So you get an idea of what we're doing, and you can sign up then.
Yeah, I think, folks, if there's nothing on your agenda at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, do stop down to the Elks Lodge on Park Avenue, at the Park Avenue entrance, and check out this program, because in my conversations with Peter, the signing up and becoming a member is part of a really thought out developmental program that will include many activities for the youth in North and East Waterloo. And I'm excited about some of the things you talked about, and I've even invited his youth people to take part in some of KBBG's activities, earning merit badges for broadcasting here at the station. Peter, last words that you may have.
The last words I have are, I just want to get as many kids as I can a better avenue than what they're seeing out in their front yard.
So that they really do have some options.
They have some options. They can grow. They can someday maybe do the same thing I'm doing.
You know, folks, here at KBBG, we support those things that we believe in. Let's make this work for Peter Fuller down at the Elks Lodge. The Boy Scout program is one that you can explore and probably find very satisfying in terms of opening some vistas for the future. I'm getting a sign here, Peter. We have 2 minutes. I don't know what to do, but first I should apologize. This is For Your Information at KBBG, and I opened the show saying Community Rhythms, and folks know I do that show, so I apologize for putting you on my show for 15 minutes. Any final things?
Well, I enjoyed it. I really appreciate KBBG and what they're doing, and for the rest of the community that's helping me out, and I hope I have some kids come in. If I can get 5 kids in the door, I can start a troop, and I can grow from there, because I'm going to bring a pack in to bring the elementary kids in after that. As soon as I get the troop going, I'll bring the elementary kids in for a Cub Scout pack.
And I tell you,
and just grow from there.
The Cub Scout packs are just really kind of hilarious and fun to watch, because with the little guys,
You're doing everything the Boy Scouts do on a lower level.
Yeah, I remember my son was in that. Anyhow, I promised Peter that I wouldn't talk a lot, and I promised Michonne that I would say thank you for listening to For Your Information here at KBBG radio station. If you're interested